We kick off the show today with a viewing of a renovation of an historic old mansion in Sydney. I meet up with Rob from Cape Cod, Australia, and we find out more of the story of this charming property. Well, Rob, this is a lovely old girl, isn't she?
It's a wonderful home.
So, a renovation, obviously.
Correct.
So what was the old house like?
It was a small 3-bedroom cottage built in the early 1900s,
Okay.
and without a lot of work having done to it in that long period of time.
So it really needed some...
It really needed to actually really be converted into something that was suitable for this magnificent area that it's a part of.
Okay. Now, this would have been the original house, I imagine, in this area.
It was, and that's why the actual front doesn't face the street, because originally it was facing towards the city and there was nothing in front of it.
Okay, so it would have originally had a view of the harbour and...
Certainly did.
Okay.
Yeah. And when the trees aren't in full bloom, it still has got a view of the city and Harbour Bridge.
All right, well, it sounds fascinating.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to show us through?
I'd love to. That'd
Okay,
be great.
after you. So, Rob, this is a home that I feel like is a livable home. It's a beautiful, it's a home.
It is. It's great. People are very, very comfortable every time they walk in the front door here.
Yeah.
So the family can come in, the corporate people can come in, they can actually put their feet up and actually feel like they're in a home. But it is also well appointed.
So the owners obviously are corporate people?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they've got children that are from the age of 19, I think, down to 10.
Okay.
But the 19-year-old can bring their friends here and feel very comfortable, as well as the 10-year-old playing out the back. So it's great.
Yeah. Well, there's plenty of room. I mean, it's a quarter of an acre we've got here.
It is, yeah.
I mean, originally it would have been obviously acres and acres.
Correct. I think it was an open range area, and this land was allocated back in the late 1800s and then sold in, I think it was 1909, and then they started to build in 1912, and it was completed around 1916. So during that First World War, the actual owner, or the son of the owner, had actually gone off to war.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah.
I mean, at that time, they would have had a view of the Harbour Bridge.
Correct.
And it would have been just being built.
Well, just being built at that time.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So back in the early 1900s. Yeah. Wonderful.
What was the old house like?
It was really run down. Not a lot of work had been done on it since the 1960s.
Oh, you're kidding? It's almost 100 years old.
Yeah, it pretty much. The original bathrooms, kitchen had some makeovers done over the years, but it really, which happened to a lot of homes, they just kept adding pieces to it. And it was really time for it to be given a new life.
Well, I mean, that's something that we don't do anymore. We don't just add things on ad hoc, do we? I mean, when you do a renovation these days...
Generally, what the idea is to try and make it feel like one home. And I think to get seamless transitions between areas is really important as you're doing the design.
Yeah. What's going on with the laundry? Is that big enough or not?
The laundry is massive. It's just... But it doubles up as a butler's pantry. So they do quite a bit of entertaining. It leads in from the outside from carport. So if they've got caterers in, they can actually come from that, not be part of the main group. Yet there's a little kitchen in there.
The verandas have changed, the railings have changed.
Yeah.
What was there before?
Okay, so as you came in the front door, we restored the original railings. So we obviously had pictures of it, and we had actually restored the original. But as you swing around into the back, it actually just worked better visually to open up to a more modern glass handrail, which really does allow you to view what's happening in the backyard, compared to the busyness of, I guess, a more Federation-style handrail.
So, I mean, the only thing with glass is sometimes it gets dirty and there's a lot of cleaning.
Yeah, it does need more attention.
But there is a solution for that.
Yes, absolutely. There's a product out on the market called Enduro Shield, which works really, really well. You spray it on, it actually fills up the pores, and it makes cleaning the glass so much easier.
You know so much about all this.
I guess that's my job.
Okay. Well, that is just on that. I mean, how do you, being a builder, and you confronted with a house like this was originally, where do you start?
We're in a really fortunate position. We're designers / builders.
Okay.
So, and the beauty of that is that we actually go through a whole design process, but we know the building process, so we marry the two together. And I think a lot of people get caught working with one or the other, and it is a specialty field. It really is. You need specialists to operate in a specialist market. So you don't get a heart surgeon to work on your brain, and vice versa. So
that'd be a disaster for sure. All right, well, I guess what we want to know now is the big question.
Yeah.
What did the owners spend on the renovation?
Okay, so the renovation, along with all of the landscaping and the finish off, this is a $1.2 to $1.4 million home.
That is great.
Yeah.
This area, you're not going to overcapitalise.
No, I mean, we're 20 minutes from the city, and it's just a wonderful block.
Well, you've been great. Thank you so much for showing us
Terrific.
around. Really appreciate it, Rob.
Thank you. Cheers.